I have written this book in the 19s. So I'm going to read out my book. It says that over 8 years ago, I experienced some dreams which did not stay for long and I ignored them as being routine dreams. However, after 1996, these dreams appeared to become reality. Before 1996, the image was very vague in my mind. It was only after 1996 that the image became clear. One can understand this process in the following manner. When we go to sleep, 3 states of being are available to us. The first is when we are asleep deeply with no possibility of dreams. The second is when we are not in deep sleep but we are still asleep. The third is when we are not asleep and simply lying on the bed. My situation was somewhere between the second and third states. When I was about to enter sleep, third state, but was nevertheless not asleep, second state. As I used to go to sleep, I would immediately reach the above-mentioned state, which can be loosely called a state of unconsciousness, similar to when someone faints. I could feel everything but I could not communicate anything. In this state I would begin receiving some special signals, and the person giving these to me was some person with a radiance of indescribable nature. I had never beheld such a personality on the earth. This person's head circumference was multiple times that of a human being. The skull's width was at least 7 times that of a normal human being. The size of the eyes was at least 6 times the size of a normal human being. The nose was long and the ears were drooping down to the level of the cheeks. The voice was very slow, the person spoke little and preferred to communicate via signals. Otherwise, this person would go to the exact place where the event that was to be described would take place and give entire explanation. The person was seated on a strange toy-like object and would, by the use of signals, traverse the entirety of space in a few seconds. I had never seen such a person in any picture of any god, ghosts, or spirits which has been created based on imagination or fact, and that I have seen. Before proceeding further, I declare that I never believed in the existence of any ghosts or spirits, and throughout my life I had advised people to not be worried of such fears. I also had several altercations with my associates on this view of mine. I am a person who has firm belief in one Supreme Father God figure, but I bowed my head in surrender in front of this event. Despite being a non-believer, I had to believe everything, and now everything has become completely clear with no scope for suspicion or doubt. From this point on, I will address this person as Otherworldly Master. In 1996, I had purchased some computers for my personal usage. At that time, one computer used to cost around 1.5 lakh rupees. The sole purpose for purchasing it was to compile all these visions I was having in one place and decide on what to do with them later on. Slowly, I began collecting the information shared by Otherworldly Master into my computer's hard disk. One day, after I had compiled 170 such incidents in my hard disk, Otherworldly Master told me that he had formatted my hard disk as you can't tell anyone about the incidents I have shared with you. The next morning, the first thing I did was to go and check my computer, which was kept at my office, about 2.5 kilometers away from my residence, to check the veracity of Otherworldly Master's claim. In truth, the hard disk was formatted. I was terrified by this and began to accept the reality of the Otherworldly Master. In 1999, Otherworldly Master gave me the order to remember and publish the recollections as a book about the next century, so that people may find out what will happen in the future. However, I had a problem. I was unaware of many places which Otherworldly Master had explained and shown to me, for I had never been to those places. Despite this, I remembered and recorded many incidents into the computer. One day, Otherworldly Master indicated to me that I had not recorded the places correctly and the hard disk was formatted again. After this, I took the help of 2 typists to record all incidents into the hard disk as well as floppy disks, to store them securely. I still have those floppy disks, the hard disk and that computer in my possession. I used typists to record the incidents, as by then Otherworldly Master had given me permission to take the help of others in the matter. On December 22 of the year 2000, the path was clear for the publication of the book. Otherworldly Master had suggested the title "How Will the New Century Be?" Later, due to some uncertainty, the publication was halted by him. Whatever had transpired with me since 1996 was known in full to my mother, my wife, and my mother-in-law. As I used to wake up each morning, my wife used to ask me about what Otherworldly Master had told me that night, and I used to share with them important incidents. However, I could only narrate those incidents which Otherworldly Master had permitted me to narrate. Several incidents were not understood by these relatives of mine. On September 11, 2001, the attack in New York served as confirmation for many incidents and places I had knowledge of. On September 18, 2001, Otherworldly Master gave strict instruction to get the book published swiftly. I made the decision to get it published soon thereafter. So far, several incidents as told to me by Otherworldly Master have become true, but I have only revealed some important incidents in this book of mine. Other incidents are still not clear to me, or I have not comprehended them completely as yet. Therefore, I shall include these in my future publication. This future publication will include my experiences of the past 5 years as well as all other incidents explained by Otherworldly Master. I will present this publication to all of you very soon, upon reading which, if you can provide some answers to my questions, this puzzle will become solved to a great extent. First question: why did Otherworldly Master choose me for this task? Second, what does he want from me in the future by making me do all this? Third, if just the publication of the book was his motive, it could have accomplished by using anyone. I will at the most present the details of my interaction with Otherworldly Master in that book. In compliance with the orders of Otherworldly Master on September 18, the book is now in front of you. I have tried to accomplish this task in a very short span of time, so mistakes are natural. Thus, I request to the readers to forgive the mistakes and try to understand the root of the matter discussed. Its English translation has been done by me in just a few hours. So, it is my prayer that you will forgive my mistakes definitely, with thanks. This was the preface of my book. All I am telling you is not mine, all of it has been given to me in a state of sleep or subconsciousness or consciousness. Perhaps our current state is one of subconsciousness and that state was of consciousness. Perhaps, this present state of being is not my real state of being and that state was my real state, a state of knowledge consciousness. I will continue to share all books and write more if need be, but understand that though I am not afraid, there can be a life threat to me as well. As, what I am going to reveal will disturb some people very much. These people may or may not be from Earth. Despite this life threat, I have no worries, for I wrote this book for the express purpose of communicating this information to all those who come in the future. I have over 5,000 handwritten predictions for this purpose. I have made pictures and videos of all this material and I still have them. All this to ensure that the future generation comes to know if something should happen to me. The future video that I will make will be based on this real perception which I had in an unreal setting. After every multiple of 10 in terms of subscribers I will provide important video. When the subscriber count reaches 2 or 3 or 4 lakhs, each time an extremely important video will be given. I want to spread to as many people as possible what I saw. I believe it will be true, but some aspects which we don't yet understand will become more clear as our understanding grows. This book accurately predicted the 2001 Parliament attacks in New Delhi. The next video that I will give will be so intense and important that it will shake the foundations of your thinking faculties. If you take it as any other video found on social media, half true half false, then it is irrelevant for you. These predictions are truly otherworldly, only me, the Otherworldly Master and those who hear it from me are aware of them. I can't conclude without taking the name of that power, Om Namah Shivaya.
This is just 0.1% of the total information that the astrologer guards. For more sensational, astonishing, and detailed contents, subscribe to the YouTube